This is Kings River Life magazine, and we are chatting with local chef John Koobatian, who is now also a local author. Tell us a little bit about your background. How did you first get into cooking?
Well, I think these things really started at home when I was about 10 years old, and learning how to make pancakes and waffles and things like that for ourselves on Saturday mornings. And they just kind of led from there, watching my mother cook for us. Mom was a great cook, Dad was a great barbecuer, and you can tell by looking at me I haven't missed too many meals. And it's just a love for food. It's part of our culture, the Armenian heritage, family being around the table, sharing a meal, and sharing your day.
And how did it become your profession?
When I was in high school, I got a job working at Tatum's Food Locker in Dinuba. I grew up in Dinuba, graduated from Dinuba High School. And they taught me how to handle a knife and how to break down beef and pigs and deer. And so when I graduated from Reedley College, I went to Lake Tahoe, and I got a job in a casino as a busboy, and I spent the summer and then actually got a job in the kitchen as a result of really my skills, my knife skills, and the chef gave me a chance at being a prep cook.
Nice.
And that's really where it started. The short story is I was there for 2 years, and I decided this was going to be the profession that I wanted, fell in love with it. I was going to enroll. I had sent my application to the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, in the fall, and I was too late to get in the fall semester. I had left Tahoe and I'd come back home to Dinuba, and I needed to get a job. So my first job back home through a friend was a part-time position at Valis Restaurant in Kingsburg. And then life just kind of went on from there. I was approached by Mike Raffel and Willard Duddy. We're building a new restaurant, the Bear Club, across the street from the old Bear Club in 1970. It was in 1972. So I said yes, and was in on the ground floor of the design and layout of the kitchen. I had a lot of input on that, and I guess really the rest is history.
Now, how long were you there?
I started in April 1973 and sold the business in January 2013. So it was just a little over 40 years, 41 years.
Now, were you involved in the ownership?
No, in 73 when I was hired as the chef.
Okay.
And in 1985, Mike and Dad decided that they wanted to retire. And the natural transition for me was ownership. They had always given me full control of the kitchen and the food aspect of the Bear Club, and I felt like they really let me run it like it was my own, so it was just a natural progression to take ownership. So in November 1985, my then wife, Deanna, and I bought the restaurant from Mike and Dud. It had a great reputation as the Bear Club, and I didn't want to take away from that. I just thought I'd personalize it by putting my name in front of it and make it John Bear Club.
Gotcha. And what do you love most about cooking?
Love the most about what?
Cooking. As a chef, what do you love the most about?
Well, I think certainly the creative aspect. I love food, and my gosh, living here in the San Joaquin Valley, with all the bountiful produce and fruit and everything that we have available to us, it's just a blessing that you can't dismiss. And so each day that starts the creativity and thought process of what shall I do today, what can I use, how can I make the most of something, and have some fun with it.
How did you end up writing a cookbook?
Well, naturally, over the years, many customers have asked for particular recipes, for favorite recipes, and I've done many cooking demonstrations, and throughout all of that, and with the advent of technology, we were able to create recipes and save them, and so I would go in and print things out for customers and sign it and date it and give it to them. They were very, very appreciative. So I decided after I left the restaurant that I needed to get in my computer and organize all of the stuff that I had in there. And in doing so, that kind of led me to the idea of, well, you know, maybe I can put this together and make a book out of it.
Now, did you publish this yourself, or did you submit it somewhere, or how did that happen?
A personal friend of mine, Frank Arnold, who I met through sports car road racing in the early 80s, has an agency in Fresno called Ashford. They're a marketing, advertising company, and he wrote a book, and that actually kind of, and it was self-published. This is what they do through their company.
Okay.
So I thought, because of the relationship that I had with them, kind of an inside relationship, if you will, I just knew that I wanted to collaborate with Frank and see what we could come up with, and that's really how it started.
And how long was it from the beginning of having that idea to it actually coming out?
It was literally a 2.5-year process. Once I decided that I wanted to write the book, I sat down. Where do you start? I mean, I had no idea. So I just sat down at my computer and I just started putting some things down. I wrote a page and a half, and I thought, I'm going to give this to my wife. My wife is an English major from Washington State University. She's a retired school teacher. So she came in and I handed it to her and I said, honey, what do you think of this? And so I sat back, she read it, she handed it back to me, and I quote, "What does this have to do with cooking?" And it just took the wind out of my sails. And I put it down, and I was not going to go back to it. I just, it really discouraged me. And that was 8-10 months before I thought, okay, I'm going to pick it up again. I'm going to try it one more time. And during that period, I had categorized all my recipes, and at least I kind of had things organized to where I could start with some narrative and then progress.
And when did the book come out?
The book was finally printed on April the 8th of this year.
And where can people purchase it?
They can buy it directly from me. I'm the distributor of the book. The book is available online on Amazon. You purchase the book through Amazon. They send an email to me, and then I personally autograph each
Nice.
book, and then I mail the book out to the customer.
And do you have a website for your cookbook, or?
I just have a Facebook page, Cooking with John.
Okay.
In addition to my own Facebook page. The book was initially also available at Bullard Pharmacy in Fresno. Alan and Lynn Taylor, the proprietors of Bullard Pharmacy, Alan's a fellow Rotarian in Fig Garden Rotary, and he said, "John, I want to help you out. I want to sell your books." And he has sold over 40
Nice.
in his store. So I've done a number of signings and events. I have an event coming up this Thursday, the 17th of August, at Williams-Sonoma. It'll be a cooking demonstration and tasting, and then a signing after the demonstration.
And I understand you have one coming up at Woodward Library?
I do. I was approached by Fresno County Library about doing an author talk, something similar to what we're doing here, at the Woodward Park Library on the end of the month, August 31st at 7 p.m.
Okay, and that'll be more of a talk. There won't be any cooking involved in that one?
No cooking involved, but it'll be a talk, maybe a little bit more in-depth, and then I'll have books available after the talk.
That's great. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share about your book?
A couple upcoming events. We're going to be in Dinuba for the Dinuba Raisin Festival. I'll be in the Chamber of Commerce booth
Okay.
on September the 23rd. Other than that, we've gotten great reviews. The people that have purchased it through Amazon,
Yeah, I
all
noticed
5-star
that.
reviews. So it'll give you kind of an idea of what the book, what people are thinking.
All right. Well, thanks so much for chatting with us, and I hope all your events go great.
Thank you, Lori.